Sorry about that, guys. My video stopped again. Stage 3, the tadpole gets its back legs first. Stage 4, the tadpole gets its front legs next. But look at that tail. It's still there. Stage 5, look at that. It is almost a full-grown adult frog, but what's still there? Yes, its tail is still there. And then stage 6, it's an adult frog. So let's count those stages again. First comes the eggs. It swims before the legs. Then it pops them out. Then the front legs. Now everybody shout, I'm a grown-up frog. Metamorphosis, metamorphosis. When something changes from that to this. Metamorphosis, metamorphosis. When something changes from that to this. Now, I have a book called Fish is Fish. This is a fish. It looks very much like a tadpole. Oh no, they are both swimming together in a pond. Fish thinks tadpole is also a fish. There's a problem in this story. I'm so excited to read this to you. And this is also by one of my favorite authors, Leo Leone. Kind of like Eric Carle and Tommy DiPaola, just fantastic drawings. So here we go. We have fish and tadpole in a pond. Boy, they look like they're going to be friends, don't they? Here we go. At the edge of the woods, there was a pond, and there a minnow, and a minnow is a small fish, my friends, and a tadpole swam together in the weeds. They were inseparable friends. That means they couldn't be apart. One morning, something's different about tadpole. Do you remember what comes first? Yes, you've got it, the back legs. Tadpole discovered that during the night he had grown 2 little legs. Look, he said, look, I'm a frog, he said to Fish. Nonsense, said Minnow Fish. How could you be a frog when last night you were a fish and you were just like me? They argued and argued until finally the tadpole said, frogs are frogs and fish is fish, and that's a fact. In the weeks that followed, the tadpole grew tiny front legs and his tail got smaller and smaller. Look at the eye on Fish. Does he look very happy? His friend's changing and he doesn't know why he's not changing. And then one fine day, a real frog now, he climbed out of the water and onto the grassy bank. There he is. The minnow, too, had grown and had become a full-fledged fish. He often wondered where his 4-legged friend had gone. But days and weeks went by and the frog did not return. Oh. Then one day, with a happy splash that shook the weeds, the frog jumped right back into the pond. Where have you been? Said the fish. And the frog said, I've been all around the world, hopping here and there, and I've seen the most extraordinary things, said Frog. Like what? Like what? What? Said Fish. This is what Fish is thinking when Frog talks to him. Well, I saw birds. Birds? Yeah, birds, things with wings and 2 legs and many colors. And as Frog talked, his friend the fish saw the birds fly through his mind like large feathered fish, because the fish had never seen a bird before. What else did you see? What else did you see? Said Fish. I saw a cow. cows, what are they like? Well, they've got 4 legs and horns and eat grass and carry big bags, pink bags of milk. And this is what fish pictured a cow to look like. A cowfish. What else did you see? Said fish. Well, I saw people, men, women, and children. And they talked and talked until it was dark. And this is what fish pictured people to look like. Oh, but the pictures in fish's mind were full of lights and colors and marvelous things, and fish couldn't sleep. Ah, if only I could jump out onto land just like my friend. I can see all those things too, he said. This is what he thought he would see. Fish bird, fish people, fish cows. And as the days went by, Frog had left, and Fish wanted to know what it was really like out there. So you know what he did, my friends? He decided, come what may, he too must see them. And with a mighty whack of his tail, he jumped clear out of the water onto the bank. He landed on the dry grass. Oh no! He couldn't breathe. Why couldn't he breathe? Do fish breathe oxygen in water? Yes, they don't breathe air outside of the water. They have to have water to breathe. Oh, help! Said fish. There's the word help right here. Help! Can you say that with me? Help! Luckily, the frog was catching butterflies nearby, and he saw fish, and with all of his strength, he pushed fish back into the pond. Oh. Still stunned, the fish floated in the water. Look at Frog sitting on the lily pad. Then he breathed a deep breath, letting the clean, cool water run through his gills. Now he felt weightless again, and with an ever so slight motion of his tail, he could move to and fro, up and down. The sun rays reached down within the weeds and gently shifted patches of luminous color. This world was surely the most beautiful of all worlds. He smiled at his friend the frog, who sat watching him from a lily leaf. You were right, he said. Fish is fish. Oh, so friends, do fish go through metamorphosis? No, they don't. Only, well, there are some insects that go through metamorphosis, but amphibians go through metamorphosis and fish do not, and reptiles do not. They hatch out of eggs and they look like their adult self, just small, but amphibians hatch out of egg swimming like a fish, but turn into a different form. We have something in our school that went through metamorphosis. Do you remember the mealworms that we fed Myrtle the turtle? Well, if Myrtle didn't eat those, that little mealworm would actually go to sleep and build a little cocoon around itself and turn into a beetle, a black beetle. Did you know that? I think we talked about that before. So insects go through metamorphosis too, but not reptiles, not mammals. Wouldn't that be funny if we went through metamorphosis and we were swimming little tadpoles and then just magically started growing our legs and arms? Wouldn't that be funny? Okay, guys, so we have a couple things to do today. Our first one is to see if you can mark in all the steps for metamorphosis. I think this one has more than 5 steps. Let's say we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 6 steps in this one. So let's see if we can find the first step. The first step, we're going to put a number 1 on. Which one is first? First comes the eggs. Very good. Number 1. It swims before the legs. Where's number 2? Swimming with no legs. You've got it. Then it pops them out. Which ones pop out first? Yes, the back legs first. That will be number 3.